I'm Betsy.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
We're getting closer and closer to wrapping up this month and heading into March, and by all accounts, it seems that winter is going to stick with us. I was reminded something I saw online yesterday. March 24th last year, we got like something around 8 inches of snow, so I'm hoping that that doesn't happen this year, but it certainly would appear as of now, if you've looked at any kind of forecast that goes out within the next 10 or 15 days, we do have a chance for old man winter to stick around, and I think we're all just ready for a couple of days in the 40s, maybe a day in the 50s, and then gradually stepping towards the 60s and 70s. We have all earned that. Before we get started this morning, I just wanted to comment on the terrible house fire that happened in Muscatine late last night near Hershey and Clinton. Picture on the screen there from the Muscatine Fire Department. The unfortunate news that developed overnight and into this morning is that there were 3 people that lost their lives as a result of that fire. So we think about those folks and their families. We had nearly 30 plus firefighters respond to 104 Clinton Street, and it would also appear that a firefighter was injured. So it says right there, present value of the structure is assessed at $57,000. All the contents were lost. Total loss estimated in excess of $80,000. Terrible when that happens, and not the kind of story that you want to see, develop. And the thing that I would say, that I always say when stuff like this happens, is if we're able to, even this morning, avoid the area. As much as folks want to drive by and see what's happening or take pictures and videos, that structure is a loss. I mean, you never know if something's going to collapse or fall over, so please stay clear of that area and let the police and firefighters continue to do their jobs. I feel like as a 35-year-old man, I shouldn't have to say that stuff, but the reality is when things like that happen, we're sort of drawn to it like the moth to the flame, but please stay away and let them continue to investigate and do their job if you're able to. So we think about the families that were affected last night, and we hope that they can start to put things back together, and we think about those that lost their life. Before we get to our first guest, I also want to mention something that, on a lighter note, that I was tagged in on Facebook this morning from a friend of mine who is apparently in Atlanta. That is from Headline News, so now I'm really self-conscious about how did my hair look, how did my goatee look, was my goatee even, was my fly zipped, did I say anything wacky? That is from the wedding that happened here at Hy-Vee on Saturday. I do in aisle 2. Headline News ran it again this morning. Thank you, Delmer. Have your people call my person, Delmer. I told Betsy I don't have to talk to her anymore, and please no autographs. Kayla, Isaiah, and the whole crew, we thank them again for letting us play a small role in their big day. And yeah, they got married right here at Hy-Vee, and the story's gaining a little traction, so we appreciate that. All right, let's get to our first guest. So excited to have him on the show again. It's been too long. Bob Howard, President and CEO at CBI Bank and Trust. So good to see you, buddy.
Good to be here.
Welcome back. I know that you can agree when I say things like we're ready for spring to get here.
Oh, I'm ready.
Avid golfer,
Yep.
like being outside. Even if you just I love my backyard. With the kids, we've got like the big trampoline and the swing set, some chairs, little patio. I just want to be able to sit outside, Bob.
There's
right?
still snow everywhere. And then all the rain that we had over the weekend.
I
My
know.
backyard just became like ice with like water on top of it.
Yeah.
I feel bad for my pets, my
Right.
dogs, and The animals are putting up with this in terms of they just
terrible.
want to go outside.
I know. Everybody just wants to be outside and have fun. So Bob would like to invite us all to ice fish in his backyard.
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
you're saying. That's
bring,
great.
Bring lots of bring the little hut and the little heater. And
Little hut. And whatever we need to cut into the ice. I don't know what that's called. I'm sure it's got a fancy name, right? Some type of piece of equipment to cut through the ice. I've gone ice fishing a lot in my life, as you can tell, right? That's the kind of thing that I have not done. Although I will say that there are a lot of people that ice fish in the area. I saw you a couple weeks ago at the high school Friday auction. Holy smokes, did CBA have pictures? And I think I sent Ryan the link that you guys had for that's an event that's been going on. 29th annual cake auction a couple Fridays ago. Went off without a hitch. Your cake was fantastic. So for you guys, do you have a plan each year to just kind of go bigger and bigger, or is it sort of like we're going to come up with an idea? The theme, of course, was Welcome to the Jungle. Look at the size of that thing, Bob.
We're really fortunate. Don Sturms Dodd's brother, Tony, and his partner Mike do the cake for us, and they've been very gracious to put together a cake. They come up with their own idea. We give them the theme from the cake auction, and they've done a couple of fantastic cakes for us.
Wow.
And
that's super cool.
We benefit because I get to take it home and have a slice of cake, and then we take it to the bank, and everybody digs into it and has fun having a little bit of cake on Monday. But yeah, the event's really special. I think there was a tiger. The tiger cake was phenomenal. I think that was at Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
So Hy-Vee made a bunch of the cakes and did a great job. And there's the tiger.
Oh my gosh, it was the biggest cake I've ever seen. And half of it was Rice Krispie treats, is what I was told.
Is that right?
I don't know because I didn't get any of it, but that's what I was told, that half of it was Rice Krispie treats. So
I think it raised. I don't know what it did this year. I don't know. I haven't heard a final tally, but I think it raises somewhere around 25% to a third of the Booster Club's annual budget, and
unbelievable.
It was great being there that night. It was a big crowd too.
I know.
It was a huge crowd. It was like I told a couple people it was a Joe Wieskamp crowd.
Right, absolutely.
So we were just sitting here talking about it's been a year ago since we were state tournament bound and doing a couple things playoff wise, and it's hard to believe, but
I know
the fans were great that night in terms of showing up and supporting the boys and girls, and the cake auction, and the band was in the house. It's just such a fun Friday night.
It really is, and to have it going strong for 29 years and knowing how much, and that's what I was trying to bid on that night. Go back, Ryan, go back. So little did I know, Bob, and maybe you know this, but you
were going to get outbid one way or another.
I was going to lose it regardless. So I could have been the bad guy that drove up the bid on the cake and cookie combo. I didn't realize that the Muskie Youth girls kind of had
they wanted their cake.
They had a bidder by proxy, or Patsy if you'll have it. And the girls were, at one point somebody was like, the girls are counting on getting those cookies. And I was like, well, I don't see any bids on there.
It's true. It's the old saying, they wanted their cake, right?
Gosh.
They were cookies, but they were going to eat them. I think they had a tournament or something that weekend.
And I didn't want to be the guy
basketball,
you know what I mean? I didn't want to drive it up to a ridiculous amount, or then win it and then have to feel like, well, I've got only 3 kids at home. I'll send the rest of these with you. But cake auction is such a good time, and I know that giving back to the community is so important for what you all do at CBI Bank and Trust. One of the things that I noticed from your Facebook page, and this is timely because this is Friday, is you guys are supporting the Junior Achievement and the Taste of Achievement event that's coming up. And again, it's just the variety of ways that you're able to give back. It never ceases to amaze me. Whether it's different organizations or individual causes or supporting our schools, this is what I saw this morning, 2019 Taste of Achievement. The event is happening Friday, 6 to 9. Celebration Barn is a fantastic location. Oh, my gosh. And Junior Achievement's important, getting into the classroom and helping kids understand finances and how to plan things. And I wish I would have had Junior Achievement when I was in school. I would have benefited from that. That's something that you'll have folks from all the various locations into area schools helping out with Junior Achievement, isn't that right?
Yep, that's Friday night. So we do, whether it's Washington or Muscatine or the Quad Cities, or this happens to be in our Coralville market. Art Floss, our market president over there, is on the JA board, and it's a really cool event because they get from the breweries to the food establishments, and people come in and donate of their time and talent and set up, and people get to try all kinds of different food and drinks, and And then they got silent auctions that local businesses have donated things. So that's Friday night at Celebration Farm, great venue. And a little teaser, we're planning one of those for Muscatine this fall.
Nice, okay.
We don't have the venue picked yet, but we're going to do something to promote junior achievement in Muscatine. We serve about 3,500 students in Muscatine County over the course of the year, and so it'll be a little bit of a fundraiser for us, and hopefully we can get all the local food and beverage and put their fares on display and have a little bit of fun that night too. That's what it's all about.
That is such a great idea. So a little bit of an exclusive this morning from our pal Bob.
You heard it here first.
One of the other things that I saw, and I saw this on the CBI Bank and Trust Facebook page. I walk past the Super Bank here at Hy-Vee, I don't know, 25 times a day, and I'll see different things. The Ambassador Club, they get to do a lot of fun stuff, and there were a whole bunch of pictures on your Facebook page about a recent trip that they took. So for, again, folks that are with you and have been with CBI Bank and Trust for a number of years, but maybe are not in with the Ambassador Club, it just seems like you're missing out on a lot of good times, right?
Yeah.
I mean, holy moly.
If you're over 50,
yeah, right,
which I got the invite a couple months ago.
Oh, man.
Oh,
no.
If you're over 50 and you want to join, I mean, it is, we do a newsletter, we do some special events, some of the trips that Deb Wag leads that effort for us. She's at our Park Avenue location.
Sure.
Has just social things that bring those members of that club together, whether it's bingo or movie day or things that they'll do for some of our seniors and just related to trying to keep them active, give them something to do. We think it's a good deal, and some of the trips that she gets to take, and when you get to that, I mean, there were a lot of people who went on that trip.
I know.
And it was a great trip, and they're reasonably priced, and so if you're not a member of our Ambassador Club, you got to be a customer.
Right.
We do it for customers, and please come see us and join up and be involved. I think you'll have a good time doing it.
I was going to say, any social engagement is good, but for sure, I mean, everybody kind of has something in common. They've been with CBI for a number of years, and I imagine that there's friendships that have developed and blossomed, maybe even some romance in the Ambassadors Club, right? I mean, you never know.
I don't know about that.
Right? It could have happened. Could have found love in the Ambassadors Club, but it's such a great way to connect and have some fun. Speaking of something fun, you and I were emailing each other, and you said you wanted to do something when you came on the show today. And you want, I guess we're going to send Cody or Betsy with the cart cam, and you want to give something away randomly to someone in the store right now?
Let's go find somebody. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
so
Cody.
we're going to do two things today.
Two things.
I was
Go
telling
ahead.
Tony.
Yeah,
so
I love this.
I got to talk to Central Middle School students, I don't know, a couple of months ago. I get asked to come out and talk to the schools and, sitting and talking about checking accounts. And
sure.
I can sit here and tell you about retirement stuff, and we'll have fun talking about it.
Right.
We'll probably teach somebody something. But even the kids in the room, all they really cared about were the Sacagawea dollars that I brought with me.
Awesome.
So we're not going to give Sacagawea dollars away to some adult shopping for groceries, but I do have a gift card.
Awesome.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take the cart cam and give $50 to somebody to help buy their groceries today.
That's fantastic. All right, so, Betsy, so I'm going to hand this to Betsy, who's going to give it to Cody. So again, a CBI Bank and Trust $50 gift card. And Cody, I mean, I would say walk straight ahead, and if you look down the aisle and see anybody, we'll surprise them with it, all right? This is a great idea, Bob. I like this.
I know. I'm like, we're putting them in action here.
Yeah, all right, so here's the cart cam. Toyota Muscatine cart cam, CBI Bank and Trust, Bob Howard in the house looking for someone to hand a that doesn't work here, Cody. Keep that in mind.
Does he have an earpiece?
He does, yeah, so he can hear me now.
Okay,
all right, so let's see what aisle Cody's going to go down. Betsy's chasing after him feverishly. I hope she's not trying to get the gift card, Betsy. That would not be cool.
Look at her go.
All right, let's see. It looks like they're turning down aisle 9 or 10. And, oh, no, we're losing. Oh, no, wait, here we go. All right, so there's somebody working. Yep, let's see if we can find someone shopping, whether it's in the aisle or at the front of the store, Cody. This is exciting. Now, the thing is, Bob, I've done this in my previous life as a radio personality years ago. I was at South Park Mall in Moline, and we had literally a pocket full of gift cards, and we were just giving them out to people randomly. And I can't tell you how many people were like, I don't know who you are, but please stop talking to me. And I thought, no, I'm just trying to give you money. So I hope that that one of our fine Muscatine Hy-Vee
somebody.
shoppers would appreciate that. All right. Let's keep looking. Anybody in produce, perhaps? I find it hard to believe that
Maybe buy
there's nobody
somebody
in the
coffee.
store. Don't slip it in Mel's pocket. Yeah. Anybody near Starbucks or in the produce department? Let's see. I can see people from where we're sitting in the store, so I'm assuming that there's folks.
Guy back here buying some meat.
Right. There's a customer in the
People
meat
buying some
department.
candy.
All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Coming up, we're almost behind where we're doing the show from. I see a lot of Hy-Vee employees. I know there's customers
Do
in
they
this
turn
store.
and run away when
Right.
they see the cart coming?
Kind
the
of.
Hy-Vee
That's,
employees.
Bob, that's also.
They don't-
oh,
they
here we
don't
go.
wanna be
At the
on
deli
camera?
counter. Let's go. Oh, right there. Yeah, with the kid. Look at this. This is exciting. Betsy's explaining that this is totally random, and that CBI Bank and Trust is going to hand out a $50 gift card. Yes, that's perfect.
Awesome.
I couldn't have thought of someone. Look at that. Hello.
Yay.
All right. That's great. You know what? Helping out a young mom, a young family, $50 gift
Awesome.
card. Good job. I wonder if because I feel like
Way to
I
go,
saw
Betsy.
that lady when we started the show, and maybe Betsy remembered seeing her, and her and Cody tracked her down. That was fantastic. Wow. So,
Well, there you go.
but Bob, you're saying you want to do that, but you want to even be more generous this morning.
yeah, so I watched you yesterday.
Yes.
And I told him I was gonna text in and tell you look pretty good for a Monday.
Thank
you look
you.
pretty good for a Tuesday today.
I appreciate
so,
that, Bob.
But every week we talk about all that we do. Every week we give away $100 to a local
Absolutely.
charity.
Yep.
We've called it Hometown Hundreds for years, and people can throw their name in a hat. So I was sitting there thinking yesterday, as people were watching the live feed,
Sure.
If we've got anybody watching today,
Yes, we do.
if the first person that's watching names a legitimate charity,
There you go.
we're going to give the charity $100.
Hey
today.
now. All right, so Betsy's job, amongst
She's
other
in
things,
charge.
she's in the chat with us. So Betsy, and there's a little bit of a delay between what we say live and what goes to Facebook. So Betsy, look for the first comment that somebody will comment the name of a local charity, and CBI Bank and Trust will give them.
We're going to give them $100.
That is unbelievable. The generosity of this
So
guy.
I can't wait to see who's watching.
I
and,
know. I saw a couple names pop up that I recognize, and I don't want to say who I think they would suggest, but I also feel like I might have an idea. I saw our friend Jessica Whitman, who was with Muscatine Radiology, was watching, and I kind of think if she's paying attention, she might comment with. And of course, I'm not going to try and
you're not gonna influence
suggest.
it?
I don't want
Oh,
to
okay.
influence who we may or may not end up giving the Hometown Hundreds to. And Betsy's keeping an eye because, again,
All
we
right.
do have a little bit of a delay. In the
all
meanwhile,
good.
things going well overall
Yeah.
at CBI Bank and Trust.
We've got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Again, we can sit up here and talk about retirement
Sure.
or buying a mortgage or buying a house and mortgages and checking accounts.
Yep.
We've got some advertising and marketing things coming up this spring that we're going to do.
Okay.
Related to totally free checking. Some things going on related to just trying to figure out how to campaign a little bit so that people feel like all they have to do is pick up the phone and call us.
Perfect.
I mean, whether it's me or anybody that works for us in any of our the advice that we'd be able to, whether buying a house or looking to retire or saving or all the different things, it's not the products, it's the service.
Sure.
And the advice that we provide each and every day. And I feel like at times we're maybe a little underutilized from that perspective. I'll give you guys a shout out. Someone was in here shopping the other day and they were talking about, is it Kara?
Yeah.
That can
Hy-Vee
walk around
dietitian.
and help people make
Yeah.
better choices.
Yep. 100%.
I don't know why we feel so bad about taking advantage of getting advice from other people.
No, you're
at times
100% right. Bob.
versus asking all the time.
Right.
Call us and ask us when
Yep.
you got something going on in your financial life or otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're calling me asking me about their kids or school
No,
or
I
whatever.
love it. It's absolutely fantastic.
I hope we can give better advice than anybody else on things that they might need help with. So
I think it was the first time or the second time that Dawn Stearns Dodd was on the show, and she brought that customer that she helped close on a house, and it cost like less than $5.
that was pretty
And
cool.
then somebody watching that episode contacted Dawn and got like their first house. So, yeah, I mean, you have really smart people in your locations, and they care, and I think that's just it. Sometimes people need. I want to come back to the hometown hundreds, and The first comment that I'm seeing is, are you seeing the Make-A-Wish, Betsy? Okay, so we saw Make-A-Wish, Debbie Rainier commenting on that. And then as expected, several of the MCSA domestic violence shelter and the New Beginnings fundraiser. But Debbie was there first with Make-A-Wish. So we will connect that to Make-A-Wish. That is excellent. $100. I like the idea of having folks feel like they can reach out and talk to everybody at CBI Bank and Trust. I think your website is so easy to use. Your mobile app is fantastic. You have great people, and sometimes we just need to remind folks, right, that whether they see you, downtown or out and about, you just want to have that good rapport and that good relationship.
Absolutely.
Right? Like especially with banking and retirement, I mean, it's all relationship based, right? When you're talking about helping people, whether it's setting them up for retirement or getting the first vehicle for their kids. I mean, these are all milestones, right?
Yep.
And if you can do that and go through that process and not have the stress that sometimes, whether the stress is there or not, sometimes we put it on ourselves, right? And we just don't need to. And that's what, I don't know.
Where else are people going to get advice? You know what I'm saying?
True.
I mean, the dietitian thing or otherwise. I mean, you think about all kinds of different businesses. I mean, where can people turn to?
Sure.
I haven't taken it this far, but it's almost like call and ask me anything.
I love it.
Call and ask Tony anything.
Please. Within reason. No banking question. I'll just forward you to Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, I want to ask you about that mortgage. Yeah, hold on. 1-800-BOB.
But when you're struggling with something or you're trying to accomplish something, I think reaching out and asking questions of people, friends or family are great help, but sometimes you want another opinion.
Yep.
And I think we can offer that on a variety of fronts. So.
Well, and it doesn't help that we live in the overload information age where you can see something, on a social media site that is not true but kind of gets people into a frenzy or a tizzy if you'll have it.
Well, that's the fallback, right? You can Google it.
Sure.
I mean, you can look it up online
Right.
and get an article and maybe read something or scan something, but maybe just the understanding of it all might come off better in person or over the phone or that type of thing.
Absolutely. So. I mean, having the conversations and feeling confident that you have those resources available, it just makes sense. I love the fact that we just gave out randomly a $50 gift card to somebody in the store.
That's awesome.
Probably were shocked. Betsy was shocked. That's so great. And then Make-A-Wish gonna get rewarded as well. It's great. This is a lot of fun. I mean, you get it, right? Like these are the kind of things we're able to do, and I appreciate that very much. Again, for folks that are watching and you need anything, whether it is that first time home or that kid's car or I don't know, questions answered, reach out to Bob and the crew.
Come see us.
Various locations, including the fabulous CBI
Hy-Vee
Bank and
out
Trust,
here.
the Super Bank, if you'll have it.
Yep.
The great group of people. I mean, they get, Bob, and you know this, they get busy at that location in this store. I can't believe sometimes how much business they do for folks. But I also think it's that customer service is just next level. I mean, they care about people and saying things occasionally.
It's really hard here. And I think people bank here to shop. There aren't a lot of branch banks like that left in the country.
Right.
I mean, a lot of banks went away from that. And because maybe they weren't quite as effective. But here it's effective because of Hy-Vee and because of our customer base. And whether it's here or 10 miles across the Mississippi and Illinois, people come here to shop.
Yep.
And we have customers over there with our Buffalo Prairie location or Wilton, or they come here to shop. So it's important to us to give them that presence and that outlet. If they need something while they're in here shopping and getting their groceries, they can do their banking too.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic and we appreciate it. And thanks for letting us make somebody's day randomly and helping out a local charity. That's so great. It's good to see you, buddy.
It's great to be here.
Bob Howard.
Thank you very much.
The boss. But
Thanks,
call
Tony.
him. Call Bob.
Call
That could be the promo.
I know.
Better call Bob.
Call Bob.
What about that?
What about Bob?
Ask Bob anything.
Ask me anything.
Ask Bob anything. When I was in the Quad Cities doing radio,
I'm going to let you know if I get any phone calls asking me anything.
Ask literally anything.
Within reason. Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Right. Hey, busy guy. I mean, keep it at least PG.
Right.
All right. Very
Sounds good.
Bob Howard, CBI Bank and Trust. We appreciate it. Cody is going to go back to the car cam, fire it up. Today, Bob, I know you know this, National Pistachio Day. All day long, right? And look at the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. I like that perspective. It's like another shot, right? We were talking about making some pasta sauce, and that would almost be the pan you could use, the container right up there. Check that out. All right, so let's go cart cam and let's get some pistachios. Since today, National Pistachio Day. Cody, I think you're going to go to aisle 9, if I'm not mistaken, for some pistachios. Maybe look for a bag of the wonderful pistachios. They had a great marketing campaign. And admittedly, I'm a fan of pistachios, right? I enjoy pistachios. I think they're good for you, and they are a great snack, right? So check that out and celebrate National Pistachio Day. Also today, it's Spa Day. So if you're going to go to the spa, maybe, I could use a spa day. Maybe you take your pistachios to the spa and you have fun. You could do that if you like. And it's also National Tell a Fairy Tale Day. So are you going to be sharing a fairy tale, Betsy? Will you recite your favorite fairy tale on the show? Maybe not. Betsy declining to share her favorite fairy tale with us. So, all right, Cody, let's find some pistachios. Bring them back to the set if you could. And we'll get our next guests ready. We're going to talk to some friends with Muscatine Kiwanis about their spaghetti dinner that's happening this Friday. So busy show on Tuesday. Thank you, Bob. That was so fun, right? I love it. Giving out some money, rewarding a charity. I mean, that was a blast. So we'll keep it with the cart cam for a moment. Cody, come on back to the set. He found some. He finds the Hy-Vee brand of pistachios. That Cody, he's a real company guy, right? The Hy-Vee brand. That was absolutely fantastic. All right, Cody, head on back. We're getting our next guests situated here. I would have assumed that we would have had some spaghetti brought as a prop. How about that pen toss off camera to Ryan Broderson? Ryan getting a official autograph from Bob Howard right now. That's what you can't see. Although, Chad, if you go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, folks at home can see Ryan Broderson getting the official autograph from Mr. Bob Howard, and the car cam heading back to the set. All right, very good. Very good. Thanks, Bob. I like having the aisle cam there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Nuts.
This is a nice perspective of the show. You know, sometimes people don't know exactly where we do the show from, and because everything packs away when it's all said and done. So having the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam there is perfect. And look, you can see Betsy doing what she does, dancing in front of the camera, you know. And Cody, yeah, bring him on over. Look at this. You're watching Cody deliver us some pistachios. Yeah, Hy-Vee brand, salted in the shell, National Pistachios Day. All right, Danny, we've cut off your last name. Zumwalt or Zumwalt?
Whatever, either way.
No, how do you say it right way?
Zumwalt.
Zumwalt.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Welcome. And
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mike Gaeta, how you
Yes,
doing,
sir.
buddy?
Good.
Thanks
good.
for being here. All right, so I love spaghetti. As someone that is Italian, Irish, and Bohemian, it's that Bohemian in me that can't get enough spaghetti. And it's the Irish in me that loves supporting good causes. And it's the Italian in me that knows that the Kiwanis Club is a great group. How excited are y'all for the spaghetti dinner, which is this Friday, by the way? Are you ready?
We are.
you
We
ready?
we are excited.
Okay.
This is our biggest fundraiser.
Good.
We raise a good percentage of our money
Sure.
during this, and we give money away. We raise it just to give it away.
Right, absolutely.
And we have a couple scholarships that we give away every year, and we also give Flickinger money, and we give the MCSA money, and
Sure.
So this is our big deal.
This is it. So it's this Friday. We have it online. We'll be able to pull it up, and I have the world's biggest poster. Danny, I think next year we can make the poster bigger. Look at the size of that thing. This is great. Sometimes people bring props on the show. We can't see them. We got the 4K camera over there with Cody. Look at that. Everything you need to know. So this Friday, don't do any cooking. All you got to do is show up to St. Mary Matthias in the school gym. Starts at 4:30. Now, for those at home that maybe haven't made it out, is there a time that it'll be busier than others? I mean, if people want to, not to say that avoid the rush, because certainly it's a good social engagement as well, but will you be packed from like 4:30 to 6:30 or?
Our sweet spot's usually around 5 and 6:30.
Okay,
So, yeah.
excellent. And then tickets, right? So you can get tickets for the spaghetti dinner from Kiwanis members. Both of you are Kiwanis members, right? Or at local banks or at the door. And the cost is super reasonable. Adults are $6, children 4 to 12 years old are $3, and kids 3 and under are free. How much spaghetti will y'all go through, and who's going to do the cooking? I mean, is it like a team effort? Are we having it catered in yet?
No.
Or is somebody in the kitchen prepping everything?
We have a collective group of individuals that do that. We do get the garlic bread is donated to us from Hy-Vee.
Excellent.
Heinz is generous enough to allow us to buy our sauce at cost.
Excellent.
And we buy a lot of the stuff through the school so that we have it there.
Great.
Guy in the Grill donated some plates, so we have good sturdy plates,
Yep.
and so it's a good feed. We do have a couple that do come at night, and we don't make any money on those two guys. They end up with, like, I think 3 or 4. They come through your back 3 or 4 times. I won't mention their names,
Yeah.
but I can tell you they don't look like they could eat 4 plates full of spaghetti.
I was gonna say, what do you got? Marathon runners, carb loading.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are any 5Ks this Saturday. Anybody gonna come and carb load? I've been known to carb load, but not to go and burn it the next day, just because I love pasta. On the flyer, again, talking about supporting great causes, disadvantaged kids programs, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. You touched on it. Danny, what was it about Muscatine Kiwanis that drew you to it? I mean, certainly they do a great job and a great service, but what was it specifically? How long have you been involved, and what drew you to it?
You've been almost 4 or 5 years now.
Wow.
A long time. So, by day, I'm the director of Flickinger Learning Center.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Pretty
Okay.
important.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Kind of a big deal. I had no idea.
No,
Good for
I
you.
think it was just a natural
Yeah.
progression. I mean, to help kids in our community, it just
Yeah.
and it's a great cause. It's a great group.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah.
absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I love Flickinger. I didn't know that. We'll have you back on the show and put the Flickinger hat on. Yeah,
I
or we
love
could
the
do
hats.
it. Yeah, I was gonna say you absolutely do. Holy moly, you're busy. Mr. Gaeta, Kiwanis Club, and you have been synonymous for a few years, right?
I would say I've been a member for 14 or 15 years, and I was a president.
Yeah.
I get it, once you're on the board, you never get off.
I was gonna
Things.
say.
You know,
Yeah.
we enjoy doing things. I've always been one that feels that you have to really be active in the community and help people. And
Yep.
so we do a lot. Our little club does a lot, and we are actively looking for more people to help us do more good in the community.
I was going to say, you know, and it's all on the Facebook page, which is so great. Again, 2019, having things that you can share on Facebook to get information out there. And there's a lot of businesses that will support their employees should they want to be involved with Kiwanis, and I know that makes it a lot easier for folks to make that decision. Because you meet on Mondays still?
We meet on Tuesdays at
okay.
First Presbyterian
Excellent.
upstairs.
Okay.
And Guy in the Grill caters our meals, so our dues
Sure.
include the meals. So we've had some great meals,
Right.
barbecue and everything. So and we always have a speaker from the community or someone of high profile.
Sure.
We should invite you to speak sometime.
I was going to say, I spoke a couple of years ago when I was at the radio station, and it was just looking out into the crowd, it was so many familiar faces, right? And that's just it. Sometimes you're not familiar when people are connected to great organizations like Muscatine Kiwanis. You might not know that they're involved, but you can certainly appreciate and support an evening where you can go and not have to worry about cooking dinner and know that you're helping out so many local organizations and individuals at the same time. And the thing is, like, you always want to be able to take new members, right? I mean, I don't know if you'll ever get to a point, maybe that'd be a good problem to have, where you say, you know what, we've hit our, Danny, is that a thing where you could hit a maximum number of members?
I don't know. That'd be a lot.
Right.
I mean, through Kiwanis International, we get to go visit other clubs. I mean, and
Sure.
there's clubs that have hundreds of
Yeah.
members. So, yeah, we can always use more.
Right. And then as far as the dues, it's an annual fee, is that correct?
We will
Or you
allow-
break it up?
We allow quarterly dues. We do, it's like $95 a quarter, and that includes all your meals and that. We have a lot of corporate sponsors who pay for an employee to be there, and they get actively involved. And
Sure.
so, yeah, we're a club of about 38 members right now, and
Wow.
want to grow and get big.
Well, and just looking at that picture right there, I go back to that picture for a second, guys. You look at that picture and you see so many familiar faces immediately, right?
They're trying to block me out there in the back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
For good reason.
Yeah, for a reason. They wanted to increase membership by not having my face there.
I feel like having Mike Gaeta in the picture is only a good problem to have, right? But yeah, I mean, looking to grow, and I'm assuming Danny and Mike, that everybody, it's kind of all hands on deck for this Friday, right? As far as pulling this off. I mean, this is a big deal. The gym at St. Mary Matthias School is large, right? So I'm assuming you'll have tons of tables set up.
Oh yeah.
And you'll be able to take care of, hopefully the couple hundred folks that come out and don't want to have to cook this Friday. The price, keeping it affordable, right? I mean, at the same time as it is a fundraiser, and again, more info on the screen right there. I imagine it's been debated over the years raising the price, but I think keeping it affordable like it is, I mean, unbelievably affordable, will only continue to attract a large crowd, and that's where you'll end up making money to be able to pay it forward, is having those large crowds turn out. I mean, that's $6 for an adult. There's not a lot of places you can go in Muscatine on a Friday night as an adult. If I look at myself, so if I had my wife and I, we'd be at $12. I've got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, so I'm at what, $6 there, so I'm at $18, and then the baby's not going to eat anything. So for $18, eating well. And then there's some pictures from some previous spaghetti dinners, it looks like.
A couple of my cousins sitting in the front there.
Are those your cousins?
Yeah, Philip and Louis Gaeta.
Front row seats, 4:30 to 7:30, and then you have what the tickets look like. All right, look at this. So here's the tickets for the annual dinner. You can get them from a Kiwanis member. A lot of people show up with these already, or will they just pay at the door?
You can pay at the door.
Right.
We do offer to go, so if
Yeah.
they just wanted to hit and run, to come in, get and go, we have the ability to do that.
Good.
Some of them buy the tickets, and then something comes up, they never show up, and that helps us. But
Right.
on the other hand, we have a lot of people that get together just to get together with their friends, and that they don't get out and see very often. They're all in one spot and they're sitting at one table. And,
Sure.
So.
Well, and I tell you what, after the winter that we've had, whether it continues for a couple more weeks, the good news again, plenty of parking. It's easy to access St. Mary Matthias, and then the gym will be heated, so you don't have to, right? It doesn't matter what's going on outside, and the spaghetti dinner will keep you warm. Meatless sauce available
For those vegetarians.
That's right. So if you're not looking for a sauce with meat in it, Danny Flickinger, being able to benefit from Kiwanis. Flickinger is a great place. Again, I want to have you back on now to just talk more about it, but I guess paint with broad brushstrokes. How are things at Flickinger? Do you need anything? I mean, I know you could always maybe use more support or just, getting the word out there, but is there anything right now that folks watching this show should know about Flickinger, or if you have any specific needs or volunteer opportunities?
We are looking at program expansion right now.
Okay.
So of course I have paid employees, but we always need more volunteers.
Sure.
So that's kind of what we are working on right now. We're looking at expanding to a middle school program on Fridays.
Okay.
So it's a pilot program.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see how that goes, because middle schoolers need some support too right now.
100%. Right. I mean, sometimes it feels like, we have things in place, but then as our kids get older, all of a sudden they don't disappear. But I'm glad that you guys are identifying that as a need, right? I mean, it seems like anymore those middle school years are tough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I say it a lot, being in school, thinking about high schools, thinking about our educators trying to teach in the era that we're in. I just don't know what they do with the smartphones. Some teachers have told me they embrace it. Others, they make the kids put them away. Flickinger website on the screen right now. Again, if you're not familiar with the Flickinger Learning Center, you should be. Been in Muscatine for how many years? I don't even know off the top of my head.
2009 is when they started.
Wow. Wait, so 10-year anniversary? Is
guess.
Mr. Gaeta going to throw you a big party? Is it true that Mike Gaeta is going to supply a giant cake for the 10-year
that true,
anniversary
Mike?
for Flickinger?
That could happen.
Right.
If Hy-Vee donates the cake.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, I mean, I thought
Real nice.
Gotta be
that,
cheap. Gotta be
real
cheap.
nice.
Gaeta would invest in a cake, but maybe I can get it to you at cost or something. But 10 years is a big deal.
Oh, wait, maybe
right?
maybe it's 2003. You gotta watch out for my dates.
You gotta ask Paul Brooks.
You gotta ask Mr. Brooks, yeah.
Paul Brooks was the big catalyst of that.
He's the one he's the historian.
But 10 years, I mean, that's a long time to be doing good, all the time.
I've been there for 6.
Good for you.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's come a long way.
Yeah. Well, and
Pretty proud of
the
it.
future seems very bright with these, helping out the middle school students. So
Yeah.
I want you to come back for sure to talk about Flickinger. Absolutely. And by all means, Flickinger is easy to access online. And again, by eating dinner this Friday, you can help out places like Flickinger. That's what it boils down to, right? And I'm sure that Mr. Gaeta would tell you that if you want to pay $10 instead of $6, that's okay.
We take tips.
Maybe.
Yeah, we will be waiting.
Okay.
So
So you can't. Tips are strongly suggested.
they go back in the pot. So
If you're the kind of person like me, maybe before the diet, that would put down 3 or 4 plates, maybe you kick another $6 in for the second or third plate.
We do
Right?
have a second fundraiser coming up in April.
Okay.
And that we do rose.
Right.
$16 a dozen, and it's for administrator.
Yep.
Administrator can't even get it out. Help me with that.
administrative day.
Administrative day. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And,
Administrative professional day, right?
There we go.
Excellent. So when that rose sale comes around,
They're
Okay.
talking to people. We tell them, and we try to get you the color you want, but sometimes it just not the supplier's unable to
Sure.
do it. But we get them right from the florist warehouse. So
Okay.
we are, and it's a one-day event. We try to get out and get all of them. And we've given and we've sold about between 100 and 150 dozen.
Jeez Louise.
So it's another big
That's
fundraiser
great.
for us.
Wow. Okay, so that'll be coming up in April, which just right around the corner. So back-to-back months with something going on for Kiwanis, and then outside of the weekly get-togethers, and then as far as handing out scholarships and different, I mean, those happen throughout the course of the year with the various organizations that you're connected to. Again, noted on this poster, right? I mean, there's not just one time when funds are going out.
We do, we only do it one time.
Okay.
That's usually right around because the high school does their big night, which they give away all
Senior
this money.
scholarship night. Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so we have the opportunity to do it at that point. So
Excellent.
we give 2 scholarships.
Yep.
The Miller family scholarship is a joint venture between Kiwanis and the Miller family.
Sure.
We do a 50-50. We put 1,000 in, and they put 1,000 in.
Yep.
And then we have a Carlson
Ogilvy.
Ogilvy, I'm the name, but
Yeah.
I'm the one that gives it away. $1,500 that we give away for that scholarship.
Yeah.
So, and we're not looking, when we do those scholarships, we aren't looking for the brightest.
Sure.
We're looking for the individuals that have had the toughest life getting to where they're at.
Sure.
Because we want to push them that much further to go to college and
Yep.
change that chain.
Yeah, you want to set them up for success, and I mean, I emceed the scholarship night last year, and it was just unbelievable. It was almost 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that was given away, I had no idea. I felt so, I mean, I always feel good about Muscatine and my decision to live here and not leave and have my kids go to school here, but I felt even better watching the generosity, right, from individuals and organizations like Kiwanis Club helping out. I mean, it's really something else when you can see that kind of support that we have for our students. Yeah, you guys do a fantastic job, and I hope that for the folks that are watching, whether you're with us live or at home on cable, if you're interested in connecting with Kiwanis, please, at the very least, reach out, have a conversation, and take that next step and talk to your employer about becoming a member and having them support you doing that. Or just come eat dinner on Friday. Again, I can't stress it enough. You don't have to cook this Friday. Here it is. It's ready to go. I would say don't sneak in any wine or anything.
And by the way, that's not me on the picture.
I was going to say, you shaved the mustache, Mike Gaeta. I'm disappointed because I feel like you could pull off a mustache. Very nice one.
I used to.
4:30 to 7:30. So did my dad. I remember when my dad shaved. It was kind of the same reaction I had when Alex Trebek shaved his mustache on Jeopardy. I never knew my dad without it. And it's like my kids look at me when I don't have my goatee. My wife hates it because I have weird baby face. And my kids look at me like, what happened to you? So Mike Gaeta is promising that what if you did this? What if you had a record Friday night spaghetti dinner? Would you consider growing a stash? Do you know
I used to have one, so
yeah,
I
know you keep
one.
saying used to, but I'm saying like, what would the dollar amount have to be? What would you have to do Friday that would be a record that we could get the stash back?
We did a minimum of 200 dinners.
Okay.
I will grow a mustache.
You heard it here first. Mike Gaeta, hot take. 200 dinners. I mean, at $6 a pop, I'm real tempted to just throw down 150 of them because I want to see the stash, right? I'm a gambler, Mike. I want to see the stash, and I like supporting the kids, obviously, right?
I'm sure if Charlie Potter's there, we may not have enough spaghetti left over.
Oh,
did
no.
I say that out loud?
I didn't think you were going to name names. You know, he is carb loading. That is a man that I see running
Man,
all the time.
God.
By the way, people that are running in the winter, will you just stop it already? When I see people running outside, it's treacherous. I get it. You're in great shape. I never feel worse about myself, and I've lost 100 pounds since June. But when I see people running in the winter, I want to just roll down my window and be like, "Are you okay? Is someone chasing you? Are you just doing this for sport? Go to the Y, right?"
Go running.
But if you are going to run on Saturday morning and you need to carb load, support a good cause, Muscatine Kiwanis spaghetti dinner. It does say all you can eat. Keep it within reason. I'm the kind of person I feel like if I'm going to get a second plate, I'm going to kick more money towards it. Or I'm going to tip at least, right?
Yeah, that would be a good idea. It would help us out.
And a tip that I have for Mr. Gaeta is stay out of dark alleys. That's a free tip.
Especially with that mustache.
Especially if I have a mustache.
That's right. Oh, my gosh. All right, Mike, Danny, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It's the annual Muscatine Kiwanis Club spaghetti dinner right here. Cody, come in on this and just do a top to bottom for the folks at home. It's this Friday. Don't worry about cooking. They're going to take good care of you. Carry out available, so if you can't make it, you can walk into the school, St. Mary Matthias, 2407 Cedar Street, grab it to go, help out, and keep it right there. You can see who you're going to help out. Disadvantaged kids programs, Big Brothers Big Sisters, MHS scholarships, and Muscatine Community College Kids First Scholarship, Science Fair, Kiwanis Club's Children's Christmas Party. And how about a little shout out to Sycamore Printing for helping out. We love Sycamore. Great people down there. Thank you both for being here. I hope it's a success, and I will say that I feel like my family will be there because as of right now, we have nothing on the schedule, and I don't want to have to cook anything. So thank you for putting this together so I don't have to make a mess of my kitchen. There's always that point when you're making spaghetti and you have like a sauce on, and if you have the stovetop up a little too high, it starts to explode or splatter. You don't have to worry about that on Friday.
We'll do all the splattering for you.
That's right. And again, 200 dinners sold. Mike Gaeta brings the stash back out of retirement. The stash is back. Your better half will only thank me for it, right?
Yeah, she threatened to divorce me when I shaved it
Oh,
off. And
yes!
She's still married to me today.
That's right. Good to see you. Thank you. Danny, please come back with the Flickinger hat on all the way. It would be awesome to talk in depth about Flickinger Learning Center. All right, let's go back to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, which again has just got a bird's eye view. We can spy on Ryan Broderson, make sure he's minding his P's and Q's. There's Ryan. Ryan, wave, hold that hand. Yeah, turn to the people, Ryan. He's like, where's the camera? Ryan, look behind you. It's right there. I got to tell you where the camera is now all of a sudden? Come on. And look, you can kind of, sort of, see Delmer creeping. Oh, no, you can't see him. He's, no, you're good. You're good. Look at the screen. We can't see you. Step a little closer. A little closer, Delmer. And Delmer, everybody. There he is. Camera's right over there. Delmer, and he's tripping on the cord, everybody. He's 2 for 2 in unplugging the show. Fantastic. That's right. He is going to go on a trip. I'll tell you what. All right. A couple things we'll take care of before we wrap up. Wine and Spirits Luckiest Sale is ready to go. So this went online yesterday, and we are getting ahead of the game with respects to St. Patrick's Day 2019. You can see this on the back page of the Voice of Muscatine newspaper. So check this out. These deals are good through St. Patty's Day 2019. Guinness, Jameson, Bailey's Irish Cream and Flavors, Captain Morgan, great deal with the mail-in rebate, Fleischmann's Vodka, however you say it, mail-in rebate on Crown Royal. one for February, but we're going to continue these through the end of March. So that's good news. If you haven't made it out for whatever reason, you don't have to cook. If you think about it this way, you don't have to cook Thursday or Friday, right? Come see us Thursday and then the Kiwanis dinner on Friday. That's a win-win. So this Thursday we've got the choice sirloin steak, 8 ounce for $8, 12 ounce, $12, served with garlic, mashed potatoes, and vegetables. Yeah, 4 till 7. Dine in, carry out, whatever you need. Again, don't feel like you have to cook. It's the last day of February. February's been a tough month. You know what you don't want to do on the last day of February is worry about cooking anything. Nor do you want to cook dinner on the first day of March. That's what I say. And then speaking of the first day of March and the second day, Friday, Saturday, big old fuel saver back in the store. If you love saving at the gas pump, keep in mind that that's the Procter & Gamble fuel saver. The Procter & Gamble one also save more. That's all he's trying to do. He's only Friday, Saturday, 25 cents every $50 you spend, and the more you save, the more you spend, the more you'll save at the pump, right? And the price of gas is only creeping up. I don't know if you've all have noticed that, but it's only creeping up, and it doesn't have to. I know folks that'll come see us Friday and then come back Saturday, and they'll pay a penny and fill up a vehicle up to 20 gallons of gas and pay a penny. It happens, and when it does, and if it happens to you, feel free to share a picture of your receipt with us on social media. I love when we get to see those. March 13th, the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter has a dinner coming up at DeBeats in downtown Muscatine. 2 seatings available. I believe the 5:30 seating is getting close to being sold out. So call Chef Awad DeBeat before it's too late, or call and get signed up for the 7:30. It's really easy to do. You go to DeBeats, eat dinner, and a portion of sales donated to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. It couldn't be easier. Love DeBeats, downtown Muscatine. Maybe you haven't been there yet. You're missing out, quite frankly, if you haven't. Just wonderful. I mean, it's just great. And the fact that Chef Awad DeBeat agreeing to help out the domestic violence shelter once again. Keep in mind, the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter receives zero funding from the state. They rely on private and individual donations, fundraisers like that one at DeBeats, and then the big New Beginnings fundraiser, which is coming up on April 6th. We'll talk more about that over the next few weeks. I said yesterday, and I meant it, we're going to continue promoting the Wilton Fine Arts Guild Dilemmas with Dinner event that's coming up in March. Opportunity for dinner and a show. You can see that on the screen. You guys can go if you need to. Yeah. Yep. Don't feel like you have to stay. I should have told you that. I'm sorry. You probably have.
You're so entertaining.
I know. You have important things to do. I feel like our guests sometimes are like, well, we want to stay. We don't want to go to work. And I really appreciate that as well. Hang out. Get another Starbucks. One of these days, Betsy, we're going to have the longest show in history, and I'm going to have not one but 2 Starbucks drinks. And if you're playing along at home, that would be 8 shots of espresso. What would happen? I would lift up the whole table and just put it on my shoulder. It would be great. All right, so Wilton Fine Arts Guild, support them. Dilemmas with Dinner. Get your tickets. We had a great chat yesterday with Connie and Courtney, and that'll be a lot of fun. That's dinner, comedy, a show in Wilton at their fabulous community center, March 8th and 9th, 10th and 15th and 16th. Don't miss out on that. You'll have yourself some fun. All right, Ryan, let's get to that Procter & Gamble fuel saver for the folks at home that want to save even more on their fuel saver. You could do this right now on Tuesday or tomorrow. This is still going on. Buy $30 of participating Procter & Gamble products. Get 50 cents off on your fuel saver plus perks card that includes things like Charmin. I don't understand toilet paper math. Can I just say, Ryan, zoom in on that. I'm not good at math, but toilet paper math, it doesn't make any sense. So 12 mega rolls equals 48. I don't know. I feel like there's a stand-up comedian that's done a bit on toilet paper math. I don't get it. I was helping out with some online shopping last week, and I was in the toilet paper aisle, and my head was exploding. It was like 6 mega rolls equals 40. I'm like, no, I don't understand. It's just toilet paper. Why do we have to put math on it? You're going to flush it. I don't need to do math. Nobody likes buying toilet paper, right? I mean, God bless, get the Charmin and get the fuel saver, but it's just one of those things. It's like, I don't want to have to do math at the same time. I'm just glad that here at Hy-Vee we don't sell the same toilet paper that we had to use in college, which would be the John Wayne toilet paper, which is rough around the edges and doesn't take no crap from anybody. So I'm glad that we don't have that here. That's we've only got the best. That was a joke, and nobody laughed. Betsy's doing this at that. She can't believe it. But nobody else laughed. That's good. Hopefully you find people at home will get that. John Wayne toilet paper. Check, 1, 2, testing. Sibilance, is this thing on? Hot mic. Tough crowd. Hey, I just flew in from Fruitland, and boy, are my arms tired. Anybody? Nobody? Super. Do you want me to just pour a bag of pistachios on my head? Will that bring y'all joy? Do I need to do more physical comedy on this show? Can I just be Chevy Chase and like fall over things? Not a bad idea. But the thing is, if we start doing bits like that, I'm going to spend my days cleaning up parts of the store. So we're not going to do that. All right, I want to say thanks to Bob Howard, President and CEO of CBI Bank and Trust. Bob showed up on the show today and let us randomly give a customer a $50 gift card. That was super fun. Appreciate him letting us do that. And then Bob says, you know what? CBI Bank and Trust, they do this Hometown Hundreds where each week they're awarding $100 to a worthy cause. And was it Make-A-Wish, Betsy? Is that right? Make-A-Wish. So Debbie Ryanier was the first person watching live to comment with a charity that should receive $100. It was Make-A-Wish, and just like that, going to get that $100 to them. So thanks to Bob Howard, great friend and supporter of this show, and that was fun. I like doing stuff like that. So maybe we'll have to do that with some Hy-Vee gift cards, surprising some shoppers. And I love the idea of rewarding and acknowledging our local charities. I mean, I think that's just fantastic. And thanks also to Michael Gaeta, Mr. Gaeta, and Danny Zumwalt with the Muscatine Kiwanis. Appreciate them being here. Don't worry about zooming in. It's good. The Kiwanis, they can see it. Spaghetti dinner. This Friday, 4:30 till 7:30, St. Mary Matthias Catholic School Gym. Let's sell over 200 dinners, because who doesn't want to see Mike Gaeta with a mustache? I know, and by the way, Mike Gaeta should mention financial advisor, so think about talking to Mike if you need any financial help, of course. But who wouldn't want to see Mike Gaeta with a big old stash, similar to this guy? Right? My dad's stash was almost as cool as that one back in the day. And then all of a sudden, I almost didn't even know growing up that my dad had an upper lip because he had such a sweet push broom. I've opted to just go with the goatee because even though I have lost a lot of weight, when I shave, I do have a chubby baby face. And my wife hates it. Hates it. But a couple times a year, it just gets real nappy. And you just got to take it down. The struggle's real. It's not easy to maintain all of this. And now I got to worry about what I look like on headline news. Jeez Louise, with that I Do an Aisle 2 story starting to go viral. I'm paranoid. Hopefully I had matching socks on and everything. All right. Oh, there's a meeting. All right. Well, we're going to go because I got to go to a meeting. We just heard that announcement over the speaker. So thank you for watching Hy-Vee today. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota of Muscatine. And our friends at Team Staffing will have the job board tomorrow on Wednesday's show. Rewatch this show. And if you're watching us on cable, hello, cable audience. We'll get right back to your RE/MAX real estate listings. And a little factoid, I'm going to look at some houses with Dave Armstrong with RE/MAX later today. So shout out to Dave Armstrong and the Armstrong team at RE/MAX. And look at all these listings. Don't you think I should just be the person? I could be the Vanna White for the real estate channel. So when Chad and Ryan are doing the cool shots, you know, the boom hang crane shot coming through the kitchen, I could be like, hey, look at those cabinets. They might have spices in them. What's in the basement? I don't know. And that could be me creeping around the house. What's that listing? It could be an interactive thing. You want to make sure the toilet works? I'll flush the toilet for you. You want to do toilet paper math with me? We'll do it in the house. You want me to be at the open house to, make sure like the garage door opens? I could do that. These are the things you don't know when you're looking at homes. You need somebody that's going to go to the lengths that I'm willing to go to. You want me to cook you a full spaghetti dinner at a house that's for sale on the RE/MAX channel? I'll do it. With a mustache. I've got half of it. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, live at 8:30, replay 7:30 and 10:30 on MPW, Channel 5. I've said enough. Holy moly. Off to a good start this week and more fun to come as we get ready to say goodbye to February and hello to March. That's it, y'all. Goodbye. Don't forget National Pistachio Day.
or pasta.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the
Right.
alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah,
This
man.
Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.